make of this push basically to stop Trump and Cruz at any cost?
Well, there's a full-on panic in the Washington establishment to stop Donald Trump at this point. The odds are that it's probably too late. At the same time, a lot of the heavy money people are saying we're not going to get involved with PACs to oppose Donald Trump's candidacy. So the Republican establishment is in a tough position at this point. Can they get John Kasich to link up with Marco Rubio in a ticket, perhaps? What do they do with Ben Carson going forward? Is there any way to wrangle Ted Cruz? He's in this to the very end. So for a long time, this is going to look like a circular firing squad, and probably Donald Trump emerges out of the next few races victorious.
You know, Peter, as you're saying that, I keep reading that all these big money people that were supporting Jeb Bush are now going to support Marco Rubio, but I don't think all that money helped Jeb Bush all that much in this insurgent year.
Money.
You think it will help now?
Money means little. Anger trumps, literally, money. Outrage trumps media buy time. There is a new paradigm in America. This is a new America for good and for bad. And it's changing the landscape big time.
Charles, you've been a very strong supporter of Mr. Trump from the very beginning. Do you think the money will matter? Do you think the pressure that is being brought to bear by the establishment on these other candidates, is that going to have any impact in your view?
No, I mean, I think that you made an excellent point. I mean, it didn't help Jeb Bush. Jeb Bush had a massive war chest, and he had it very early at the very beginning of this, and they very much wanted to run right down the middle of the establishment lane. They put everything on that, and I mean, it was not only a bad strategy, it turned out to be a suicidal strategy, and so, you know, it ended. I mean, it's just kind of hard to believe that 6 months into this, you know, you have Jeb Bush getting out and you have Donald Trump basically where everyone thought Jeb Bush would be. But I think that in Nevada tonight, I don't think you can overstate the importance of this race for both Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio. They both have to perform here, because this is where we're going to start defining who is going to be the un-Trump candidate. And if Trump walks away with this thing, I think it's very bad for both of them, and it's going to be bad for the establishment, who are just desperate for anybody to finally stand up and take some votes away from Donald Trump.
All right, Juan, I want to switch gears and ask you about Hillary Clinton. Now, Hillary Clinton was speaking yesterday, and she referenced, let's see, Jim Crow, and she thought we were done with that, and she made a long list of people that Republicans are going to try to stop from voting this year. Can you name those people that are trying to stop anybody from voting this election season, or will you condemn that as a race-baiting lie by Hillary Clinton?
How is it a race-baiting lie? Are you kidding? Voter ID efforts by Republicans around the country, Sean? You must have missed this.
Hey, Juan, so when I go to the DNC convention this year, like I went 4 years ago, and I have to present a photo ID, are they being racist towards me?
Oh, is there a constitutional right for Sean Hannity to attend a Democratic convention? I don't think so, and I think there's security issues. But when it comes to the right to vote in America, we have a constitution.
You're getting booed, Juan.
Well, that's fine, but I'm telling you the truth.
Yeah. All right, but the truth is, wait a minute. So if we want a free and fair election in America, and we ask people to show that they're a citizen and they show some identification, you agree with Hillary that that's going back to the Jim Crow era. But if Sean Hannity and every other person, and every other person in America goes to the DNC convention, and I've got to have a photo ID, that's not racist?
You know,
that's hypocrisy,
You are
Juan.
too smart, because you understand that there's an interest on the part of the Republican Party in depressing the vote of people who do not vote Republican. It's not a mystery, Sean.
Nobody's depressing votes, Juan. Name one person who's doing it. Name one.
Let me just tell you something.
Name one.
When you look at these higher efforts to put voter ID on people, look at what happened in Texas, look at what's happened throughout the South. You can see who's impacted: young people,
all right, we're going to play this. Let me get Peter Johnson's reaction to this, because Peter, I think, is a voice of reason here. Yeah, Peter, I don't see anybody trying to stop anybody from voting in this country.
I'm trying to be restrained here, and I have too much respect for Juan Williams' intelligence. He knows what he's saying is not accurate, and I don't believe it to be true. And deep in his heart, This is the kind of tactics that he's condemned Donald Trump for, kind of this overblown rhetoric. To say somehow that the Republican Party in 2016 is part of a Jim Crow effort in the United States, part of some racist, horrible, disgusting effort to suppress votes, to depress votes, to rob people of their franchise, that's just plainly wrong. And so a voter identification bill or a voter identification law, which many states have, is to protect every vote in this country and to make sure that every voter has an opportunity to vote and that no one is kept away from the polls who should be there. It's that simple. And Juan, you know better than that.
And I agree with you.
I can't agree with you guys. I have tremendous respect for you, but I got to tell you, I think you are literally whistling past the graveyard. You're closing your eyes because the reality is everybody who looks at the voter ID effort says it impacts disproportionately blacks,
Name
Latinos.
one person that's trying to suppress votes.
Get this, the elderly who don't have state-issued photo IDs.
But when you say literally past the graveyard, is that some civil rights reference?
No, I'm saying you're in denial.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
You're in denial. You've closed your eyes up because you don't want to deal with the racial impact of depressing the vote.
Say one state where Republicans are being racist, and name one Republican governor or senator who's a racist.
Why don't I name a dozen for you? You can go throughout the South.
All right, gentlemen, hang on a second. Let me give Charles Hurt the last word. Hang on.
Look what happened when the Voting Rights Act of 65
hang on, Juan. Let me get Charles in here and be fair.
Look at all those states.
You're wrong.
Well, I think the one thing
let me go, Charles.
I think the one thing.
Charles, here's my question: in the general election, you know and I know that this is going to be the playbook of the Democrats. Republicans are